Stay Tuned Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of a drunken degenerate watching the National Football League.
Welcome everybody to Stay Tuned Sports. It's your boy King hanging out with you here on Monday night, where we're going to watch the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins play a football game because they scheduled it, and that's what we do. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here. Boy, if you were with us last night, what a game. We had a fun night last night. Last night was just a back-and-forth slugfest between what we thought was a powerhouse and one team that we thought was an afterthought, and now it turns out maybe we were wrong about the Packers. Maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a smidge. Maybe we overestimated the bar too much. I have no idea. But either way, ends up in a tie, 40-40. I believe that was a scoregami, so that was the first time we had a 40-40 tie. I think it was the highest scoring tie. They said it was all these other things. Lloyd in the chat saying, "Well, leave my intros alone." See, here was the thing. We used to have I don't know why I'm explaining to you guys. You guys know it was there. It was a 5-minute intro for the live stream to give people time to come in here. Now I shortened it for our good friend Crafty, who did nothing but bitch about the fact that we had a 5-minute intro. So I shortened it up, and now you keep on complaining about the intro. The intro, it stays like it is now, not like it before. Crafty in the chat, it says, the fuck happened to the Greenies defense? Dude, I have no idea what happened to Green Bay's defense, dude. It was, what an absolute disaster. And here's the thing, they lost to the Browns. Now they... Sure, and to be fair, they almost lost that game because Jordan Love was trying to get everybody up to the line and run a play while the clock is running down 13, 12, 11, 10. And by the time I think they snapped it with 6 seconds, then he scrambled around a bit, threw it to the back of the end zone. It bounced off a player and then hit the ground. And I don't know why the Dallas clock operator kind of stopped it where he did, because that seemed like that should have been stopped. That should have hit zero. And to be fair, the Packers probably should have lost that game. As of right now, I'm not sure how. Right now, the tie acts like a loss almost. It feels like. It feels like a loss because now that tiebreaker they had over Detroit is kind of null and void. It's true because they can't have the same record now unless Detroit ties somebody. Which that you're asking a lot there. Unless Detroit ties somebody, they can't have the same record. So now having that tiebreaker over Detroit doesn't mean anything. Now you have to just outright have more wins than Detroit, or have one less loss. I guess in that case, you can have both the same amount of wins with one less loss. But again, and then it gets into tricky shit. It's for a team that was everybody thought, hey, listen, this is the team to beat. This is the team that we're playing. This is. Packers seem to be for real. They're putting everything together. That defense looks unstoppable. Jordan Love was playing well, especially in that game against Detroit. All of that. It was like, oh, man, they look so good. That's all gone away now. Now the Packers are 2-2. It feels like they're 2-2. They're 2-1-1. They feel like they're 2-2. Let me correct myself there. Feels like they're 2-2. They are 2-1-1. But again, they lost to the Browns and then tied the Cowboys, in which they probably should have lost. Hampshire says that was a loss for Green Bay because of the Lions. And again, I saw somebody bring up the point, and it's a very good point. Yeah, having that win over Detroit now doesn't have the impact that it should have in the division race. Because the Packers win that game yesterday, they're in first place. Because they and the Lions are both 3-1, but the Packers have the way, so they are in first. Now they don't have that. It feels like a waste of a week one destruction of Detroit. And how many times is that going to happen this year? Because now Detroit is starting to look like a team that is very much on the ascendancy. And the Packers, well, they got a bye week. They got a very early bye week, and maybe some people were thinking, oh, it's a little too early for them. Maybe this is what they need, kind of like the Eagles last year. The Eagles were very shaky in the first 4 weeks that they played, and then I think they had a Week 5 bye last week as well. They had a very early bye week last year, and after that, the Eagles came out and they were gangbusters the rest of the way, ran all the way to the Super Bowl. This could be, that bye could be a very good thing for the Packers coming up here. Crafty says Dallas only has 1 win in 4 games. Yeah, and it was against the Giants. And again, that game went to overtime at 37-37. And the goddamn Giants couldn't get even a goddamn field goal. And the Cowboys win that one 40-37. This one, they could have won 40-37. If that clock ticked off the little bit more that I think it should have. So again, it was such a unique game in that we had so many points. Neither defense showed up, and I think that's the biggest question. We all knew Dallas, the Dallas defense sucks, and they are still ranked 32nd in the league. Dak Prescott is playing out of his mind. The Dallas Cowboys have, I think they said, the number 1 scoring offense, in the NFL. With Dak Prescott. So it's like you look at the Dallas Cowboys are just a dichotomy, man. Their defense is fucking trash. But Dak Prescott and their offense are playing well. Even without CeeDee Lamb yesterday. You don't put up 40 points for nothing. And now if you're the Packers, you're like, oh, we were going to be that team, man. We were going to be that team. And we're going back down to Dallas, and we have something to prove, and we're going to do it for Micah. And we're going to prove Jerry wrong and Jerry world. Didn't quite turn out like that. Dude, well, I mean, Russell Wilson threw that. He threw the moonball pick. He threw like that because that's all he could do. But that's the other thing. That shows you how bad Dallas's defense is, that the Giants put 37 points up on there with Russell Wilson. So you had that game. You did have Jackson Dart winning his first game. Again, not the greatest stats in the world for him. And again, I think that's just bad play calling from Daboll and Kafka. Again, the Giants aren't going to be good until they get rid of their coaching. They're going to be mediocre, and it feels like Mara's not going to fire them until they're bad, and if they're just mediocre, he's going to keep them. By the way, best of wishes and thoughts and regards over to John Mara, who is apparently battling cancer right now, so big ups to him. Hopefully he gets better so that we can continue yelling about him and how he's running the team and not feel so bad about it. But no, big ups and big thoughts to John Mara there, and hopefully you do get better and beat the shit out of this cancer, man. But even despite all of those things, even despite the coaching, even despite some of the play calling, the fact that the Giants were able to beat the Chargers, who many considered to be one of the top teams, and I know Joe Alt was hurt very early in the game. The Chargers' offensive line can't stay healthy for whatever fucking reason. We've lost Malik Neighbors now for the year. That's a blow, and it takes a gigantic, huge weapon away from Jackson Dart. Now the talk has come up again about the turf at MetLife Stadium, because again they changed that turf 2 years ago. Like, it's not the same turf that was grabbing people's legs and twisted it and shit like that. So it was a whole new different turf. But it's still taken, and at this point, I think you have to understand, like, it's not a specific type of field turf that's doing it. It's not a specific brand or style. It's just turf. Turf does that. Get rid of fucking turf. Have everyone play on. You're worth billions of dollars. Do it. Like, listen, these European stadiums now have the fucking fields that go in and out. You have that in Phoenix and in Glendale and Vegas. You have that in Europe. They have it like in Tottenham Stadium. It fucking folds in and out and goes. It goes inside the stadium. Has a whole hydroponic fucking setup. Has a whole UV setup under there so it can grow it all and do all that kind of shit. Like, you can do that. Dolphins are going to get the ball first here, as I believe the Jets won the toss and they will defer. And here we go. Dolphins get the ball, and they're going to run it out to the 30. Runs into his own guy, gets it to about the 34.5-yard line. That's where they will start. So Lloyd says the Giants got lucky, and let's be honest, if the Chargers had more time, they would have won. Lloyd, I love how Lloyd keeps on pulling. If there was just an extra 5-10 minutes, the Chargers probably would have won that game. Maybe. Maybe. I'm going to be honest with the Giants. The more time you give the Giants, the more chance we do fuck it up, Lloyd. That's how that works. That's how when it comes to the Giants, the more time there is, the more chance there is we have to fuck everything up. So Tua, he's going to hand it off here and slips on the wet turf there. Does Achane. Gets about 2 yards, or 3 yards actually. 2nd and 7 coming up here for the Dolphins. ELS in the chat, he says, do you want my summary of the Packers game? ELS, please. I'd love to hear it. I know it's going to be like 1 or 2 words. I understand that, but please grace us with your summary of the Green Bay Packers game, because we all know ELS, our resident Packers fan there in the chat, which is open, by the way, if you want to join us and join the conversation about last night's game, about tonight's game, about the game coming up between the Broncos and Bengals, any game that you were interested in, anything, you can let us know. Achane again gets the carry. This time only gets 2 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 5 now from the Miami 39-yard line. So am I, Lloyd. That's why I said you're not wrong. If the Chargers had more time, the Chargers probably won the game because the Giants would have found a way to fuck it up. I'm not disagreeing with you. I do agree with you. However, there is no more time on the clock. Giants won the game. Eat shit. That's all I'll say. Especially to that one Charger fan. I kind of posted it in the... I didn't post it in the Discord yet. I'll post it in there. I posted it in other Discords. Oh, that's complete over the middle and into Jets territory. Oh, and the Dolphins are moving the ball here early. Oh, is that the rap? Was that rapper? Darren Waller with his first catch since unretiring from being a rapper and fumbling a WNBA baddie. So here we go now from the Jets' 47-yard line. Tua in shotgun takes the snap. He's back. He's getting pressured. Rolls out, looks, throws. Hits the side of the head of his receiver. That was straight out of North Dallas 40 or something. Jesus Christ. Crafty in the chat says, when reporters asked Brian Daboll how the team would cope with losing their deep threat, he replied, throwing deep? I don't understand those words you're saying. What does that even mean? I don't get it. That's Brian Daboll. That's Brian Daboll in a nutshell. Right there, Crafty. You're 1,000% correct. 2nd and 10, Achane. He's going to get about 3 yards. Hamster says, how do you know every player on every team? Because I have a cheat sheet right on my computer screen right over here. I look up the team's rosters, and I have each team's roster on my screen. So when a play happens, I can scroll, look at the number I see on the TV and say, oh, that's number blah, blah, blah. And then I go and say, oh, that's blah, blah, blah. And blah, blah, blah did blah, blah, blah. There you go. The people in the booth, they have a much better, broad cheat sheet. They have all like little facts and stuff about them. It looks like a goddamn Excel spreadsheet. I don't have the room for that here, so in my little by hook or by crook setup. So that's the best I can do. Pass over, caught. That's going to be Tyreek Hill with the catch, and that's going to be a first down for the Jets. 1st and 10. They are down at the Jets now 36-yard line. And the Dolphins, in their pitch blue rivalry uniforms, are moving the ball and making the Jets defense look like shit. Nice cup of coffee here on this Monday night. This is lovely. I don't know. That's how I do it. I'm sure some streamers, they probably do something similar, or they have their own little things. Maybe they do have like an actual spreadsheet of it. Some might just do it by sight, and they might just know it. Like when I used to watch Grossi doing it, like it seemed like he was getting a lot of information from the TV, the broadcasters. like whether he had it in his ear or it was just low enough so where you didn't hear it, but he was able to hear it or something like that, or just see what it was on the screen. It seems like that was kind of his way to do it. And listen, however you do it, however it makes it comfortable is the way you do it. And that's what I mean. Is like I think I tried doing it early on without anything, and it was like I didn't know what I was like. This guy passes to that guy, and I don't know. I sound like a fucking moron. I'd rather not sound like a moron and sound like somebody who's giving you proper information while we're watching along here, so we know what's going on. So in order to do that, get a little cheat sheet. That's fine. I think it works. And listen, the professionals use it. I can use it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hamster was like, I just thought they had great memories or something. That is something I don't have. So maybe they do. I have no idea. I know that's something I don't have. So that's what I do. 3rd and 3 upcoming here for the Dolphins. Throws great defensive play there by the Jets. No flags. And it's going to be 4th and 3 from the Jets' 29. Do the Dolphins just say fuck it and go with it because they suck, or they're going to go kick a field goal? It looks like the field goal unit will come on as the Dolphins will try to take an early 3-0 lead here. So Riley Patterson going for a 47-yard field goal. I don't know why I'm giving him an Irish accent. Snap, hold, kick is up, and that is going to be good. And the Swimmy Boys of South Beach get first on the board. Get on the board first, I mean. I don't know why I'm talking like Yoda, but there we go. 3-0 Miami over the New York Jetropolitans of New Jersey. Hamster says King will go on a rant, but those jerseys are badass. I'm not going to say they're not. Like, here's the thing. I really like the Cardinals ones. These ones are okay. I like them as one-offs, which is really all they are. These are one-off jerseys. They're wearing them once all year. And so with that in mind, I don't mind it. I do think there are too many uniforms, and I think there are too many uniform combinations, but commercialization and marketing, and NFL wants to sell merchandising. I get it. So with that in mind, and looking at, like Lloyd says, being a realist about it and looking at the reality of it, not bad. It's not bad. They're not black, Lloyd. They are blue. Those are blue. They call them pitch blue, and I did the looking in on it and seeing what it is. They are slightly blue. It is a very dark blue. That's why they called it pitch blue, because it is as close to black you can get without actually being black on the scale there. But it is blue. Those are blue jerseys. And if you looked at them painting the field, when you saw the paint going on the field, you actually saw that how it is actually blue. Well, you got, I think, what? Is it next year or 2 years, the Packers? Because we looked that up before. The NFC North is next year or 2 years? I forget, because that's it. It's 2 divisions every year are doing it. So I wonder what the Packers will do. I do wonder what the Packers will do. Listen, maybe they'll do just like a... listen, here's the thing. If the Packers go with if they go like a shiny gold, like if they go like with the Notre Dame gold and like a darker, like a hunter green, or maybe even either go darker or lighter with the green. You could go Kelly green, or you could go darker hunter green. Like if they do that, like the gold, like shiny Notre Dame gold and hunter green, I think that would be actually a pretty cool uniform, depending on how they set it up. I think it could look cool. Okay, so the North does get 26. NFC East is in 27, and then 28 is the AFC North and NFC South. Okay, yeah. So you got next. So we'll see. Listen. We got a year to find out. I would like to go that way with it and see, like, if they go with like that Notre Dame shiny gold. Jets stumble on the way. We got a first flag of the game, by the way. And we'll see what that is, and then see where the Jets eventually do start. But this field seems like shit. So that is going to come into play. And so they're discussing. I have no idea. ELS says, King, I have a problem that I'm trying to deal with. I have no idea what it is, and I doubt I'm the right person to ask. But let's see if we can help. Still waiting for the call, Mr. Official. The fuck? Illegal block in the back. And then a low block as well. So there were 2 flags on the play, both on the Jets. Half the distance to the goal, first down. The Jets will have the ball deep in their own end. Justin Fields back on the field after being cleared from concussion protocol. Let's see if he maybe getting a concussion, shook some football sense into him. I have no idea. We're going to see here. You put the wrong date for your parents' anniversary. Oh, no. Oh, that is a problem. Hand off to Breece Hall. He's going to get 5-6 yards on that initial carry. 6 yards from what the officials say. 2nd and 4 coming up now from the Jets' 20-yard line. Did you get in contact with the Etsy seller? Did they get back to you and were you able to stop it before they started production on it, or what are they doing? I'm interested to see this story now, ELS. I wonder how it goes. Not Breece Hall, fucking Justin Fields under center. Hands it off. That's going to be Braylon Allen just telling people, get the fuck off me. And he gets a good 8-9 yards on that carry, and that's a first down for the Jets. Actually gets 9 yards on the carry. 1st and 10 from the Jets' 29. Oh, it's tomorrow. Oh, no. Oh, ELS, you might be fucked. I hate to tell you this. You might be fucked. Justin Fields escapes some pressure. He's going to pull it down, run it himself. He runs for about 6 yards before getting out of bounds. That's going to be 2nd down and about 4 coming up here for the Jets. Now from their own 35. That's the thing, Lloyd. Your parents are going to throw you out of the house. They're not going to disown you for being you got the date wrong on our wedding. How dare you? You are now verboten from the household for a period of 3 to 5 years, after which you will be on probation. No. If anything, blame it on the Packers. Say, I got excited during the Packers game. I thought I hit the one key. I hit the other key. It was the wrong date. Sorry. Blame the Packers. When all else fails, ELS, blame the Packers. Hamster, I believe they call that procrastinating, which I'm a master of that. I'm a master procrastinator. 1st and 10 now for the Jets from the 40-yard line. I missed a play making that stupid pun. Justin Fields throws way high, but Breece Hall pulls it down, catches it, and that's going to be a gain of about 5 yards now at the 45-yard line, 2nd and 5. Jets putting together a pretty decent little drive here. That's a hell of a catch for a small man like that. There you go. Perfect. Blame it on the younger brother. That's always the way to go. Allen is just runs right the hell up the middle, and now they're at the Miami 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Jetropolitans. Again, I'm the baby of the family. I was the youngest one, so I can't tell you how much shit I took. I took the blame for so much shit that every one of my other siblings did. But see, joke's on them is I was a snitch. So as soon as they tried to blame it on me, I was like, nah, I saw these motherfuckers doing that shit long before I even showed up. I had no part of this. I ain't go down for nobody. Fields, play action, steps up in the pocket. He's going to pull it down and run himself to the 30, to the 25, slides down at the 22, takes a knee to the helmet, but pops right up. So hopefully no residual concussionation there. Crafty. He says, ALS, listen, just remind them that you're a Packers fan, and their loss to the Giants in the 2011 divisional playoffs is already eternal torment enough. I was going to say, I would bring up the 2007 NFC Championship game in overtime where we beat Brett Favre in his last game at Lambeau Field, but I don't think ELS was old enough to remember that, so. Because he's a baby. We have a baby in the chat. He's so young. It's terrible. Second and 6 coming up here for the Jets. The Jets are they are carving up this Miami rush defense pretty well. That was what I was saying. Like, blame it on the Browns. Like you said, just say like I was watching a Packer game. I was just really enthralled and into it, and I was getting frustrated, and I hit the wrong key on the wrong button, and it was all that stuff. Second and 6, there's going to be no gain for Allen on that run. Third and 6 upcoming here for the Jets. That's the thing. I remember all these things, Hamster. Like, Lloyd is mentioning things, Hamster's mentioning things from Packers past. Like, I all remember these things so clearly. And then just to know that there's somebody I'm talking to here in this chat that wasn't alive, wasn't even a sperm in a ball sack. Oh, diving! And I think he's going to get there. I think that's going to be a first down right at the, 10.5-yard line. For the Jets. Isaiah Davis with the carry gets up the middle, does a nice little dive, and I think he gets there. And it is indeed first and 10 for the Jets from the 11. So not first and goal, yet 1 yard short of that. Yeah, blame it on the English. Always blame it on the English. Delay a game on the Jets. Of course, they do great stuff, and then they screw it up. Hello, Governor. What, you wanted that on a Tuesday? We can send it to you with a bottle of water. I have no love for the English, so I don't give a shit. However, I do root for Tottenham Hotspur, so I guess, that is the dichotomy of man. I hate the English, but boy, do I really like some of their soccer. So Fields now back here on 1st and 14. Looks and throws. Incomplete. Out of bounds, just throws it away, but there is another flag down. Illegal use of hands on the Dolphins as it, popped the helmet off a Jets player there. And so once that happened, that's a 5-yard penalty, but an automatic first down. That's a big play. And now it is first and goal for the Jets from the Miami 10-yard line. There you go, Elias. That's all. That's all you do. You just say, you give them the gift and say, hey, listen, I love you guys. This is the best gift I saw. I really wanted to get this for you. And I had forgotten really what the date was, and I had asked our younger brother, my younger brother there, and he said the one date, and I thought it was, but he was obviously wrong. I don't know where he got that from, and I'm just really sorry, and I just really want you to know, please don't beat me and put me into the attic again. Like, I know, Mom and Dad, I know it's been just a couple of weeks since you've let me out of the attic, and I love the fresh air and the sunlight, and I know I messed up. I know I got the wrong date, but please don't put me back in the attic. Don't chain me. I don't want to be in the chains again, Mom and Dad. Please, no, please, not like that. Just, beg for mercy. Hand off to Allen, and he fumbles the ball. And Miami, this is the game we got, baby. This is the game we got. The Jets get right down to the goal line. He reaches for the goal line, fumbles the ball. He gets into the goal, but the football doesn't. And then, Jets, just end the season. God. Oh, no. Well, Miami's got, 95, 96 yards to go. The ball's going to be on the 4-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and 10. Let's see if the Jets defense can do something. There we go. Had to crack my neck. Crafty says this will be the antithesis of last night's game. This feels like this one's going to be fun in a Mystery Science Theater way. And please tell me at least somebody in there gets what Mystery Science Theater is, and also somebody explain it to ELS because he's far too young to even know. Mystery Science Theater was off the air like 3 or 4 years before he was even born. So, all right, let me look at the gift here, ELS, and let's see what we got. Oh, it was a star, one of those star things, like a star map of the night sky where they met and did all that kind of stuff. I gotcha. I've seen a couple of those. Yeah, that's a cute idea. See, that's yeah. Your parents are gonna be fine. They're just gonna always remember that and think about their son, and be like, just think, we got married and we banged pretty heavily there for a while, and then I got pregnant, and we gave birth to this son, and he couldn't even remember the date we got married, but that's what makes it special. That's all. It's always going to be special to them. It's always going to make them, remember the love they have for you and the love they have for each other. And just, they're always going to remember that night when your dad was just giving it to her. And just that extra little push is what got that one last one through there. And they were able to go ahead, and we've got ELS now in the chat. And listen, I'm thankful for them. I'm thankful for your mom and dad for doing the dirty work that needed to be done to get you right here today. That's dedication. That's teamwork. Without teamwork, that doesn't happen. And if that's not an absolute metaphor for the NFL and what the Packers need to do in order to get back on track, I don't know what is. The Packers have to start thrusting in unison, working together, and get that one last little push in so they can birth themselves another Super Bowl title. That's what I'm saying. ELS, this is why I tell you not to tell me things. Because I'm just going to ruin everything you tell me and make it sound the worst possible way ever. I'm just an awful person. I'm just a terrible, terrible guy. Tua throws to Hill. That's going to be caught, and that's going to be... They're going to mark him short. Oh, that's a first down. Yeah, that's a first down at the 14-yard line. Speaking of banging moms, did you see how many times they were showing Jackson Dart's mom at the fucking game yesterday? Like, my goodness. Like, they were showing her more than Taylor Swift, with good reason. She's a hottie. She's a MILF of the highest order. Do not get it wrong. Jackson Dart's mom, Definitely want to throw a bullseye there, if you know what I'm saying. Want to get my fingers on that dart. However, so that was a long way to go. Just again, keep a whole banging mom's joke there, trying to mess with ELS. ELS says, anyway, it's time for Monday Night Football. Oh God! Listen, that intro, that new presentation stinger I have there. You know, you are watching with a degenerate. You guys know what you're getting into when you go onto the stream. I have held nothing back. I have made no other allusions to being anything other than that. Oh, Achan, he's going to pull it off there and gets it to the 30-yard line. Big gain for the Dolphins, about 10 yards. And on 2nd and 4, that's going to be a first down. But wait a minute. We have a flag. Because, of course, we do. Just the flag line just does not stop here. Holding on the Dolphins. So instead of being a 10-yard gain, it's going to be a 10-yard penalty. And for some reason, Monday Night Football decided to put the graphic on, saying it was holding on the Jets, which was incorrect. Lloyd says, never go full degenerate. But Lloyd, should have told me that about 30 years ago. That train has left the station. Justin Fields looking at his iPad. I'll be playing kind of a block game, maybe Tetris, maybe the OG Tetris. I love Tetris, man. Now Tyreek Hill, he gets the catch, and that's going to be a first down for the Dolphins. So it's 1st and 10 now for Miami from their own 26, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. First quarter kind of went by fast there. Hamster says Justin Fields is playing Angry Birds on that fucking thing. Crafty says these teams are so equally atrocious, even the penalty graphics can't tell them apart. Yeah, I know. It's like the ref clearly says holding on Miami and holding Jets. Well, that's where you're wrong, Chief. ELS with the first trivia question in the chat says, who was this former Green Bay Packer offensive tackle who later took the Bengals as a head coach to the Super Bowl? That would be Forrest Gregg, I believe. Gregg, Forrest Gregg. That's going to be my guess on that one. Hampshire says 30. Yeah, it was a 30-minute first quarter, man. That was a fast moving. That was a fast mover. Oh, God, that's good. I love a good coffee, man. I'm sorry. And ELS confirms the answer was indeed Forrest Gregg. I am, guys, Forrest Gregg. I don't know what's wrong with me. I love being the smartest man in the world. It's fun. That's good times. I really do enjoy that. I can't tell you football analytics or who's good now or whatever like that, but you got some trivia, man. I will hit that shit out of the goddamn park. Is it wrong that I would absolutely let Flo from Progressive just destroy me in any way possible? Is that wrong? Does that make me weird? I don't know. I just had that thought again. Question 2. Name the NFL player who won the Super Bowl MVP award even though his team lost the game. shit. It was one of the Cowboy. It was a Cowboy. But I think his name was Hollywood something. Maybe not. Shit. I know. Hey, he just died recently too, like in the last year or two. Fuck. What was his name? Shit. He was from that Doomsday Defense. Fuck. I know it too. It was from Super Bowl V where they lost to the Colts. And I can't. The name escapes me. Fuck. I was just saying I'm the smartest man in the world. I was like, fuck. I know it, but I can't remember it. Tua on 1st and 10 rolls to his left, gets Tyreek Hill, and he is going. Feste boy. It gains a bunch of yards, and it's going to be 1st down and 10. Now from the Jets' 46-yard line. So the Dolphins once again in Jets territory. The Blunder Bowl, Super Bowl V. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was the one where the Cowboys went apeshit because the ball was tipped, and then John Mackey caught it and ran all the way. Where it used to be an NFL rule that if the ball was tipped, it couldn't be advanced by anybody other than who tipped it. Oh, Tua is going to get sacked. No, that's not Tua's getting sacked. They just stopped the run. That's a massive loss is what it is. Just a bad snap. Okay. I was too busy recounting Super Bowl V. Huh. Crafty says exactly what this game figured to be. It is. This has been kind of a blunder bowl a bit. Yeah. There we go. 2nd and 14 after the bad snap. Tua throws. There's going to be a screen here. And that's going to be Washington there. Malik. Oh, Malik. Wow. They think of Malik Neighbors. Oh, God. Malik Neighbors. Oh, yeah. Just when you got a quarterback that could possibly throw you the ball. If Dabo would ever fucking get an actual play that was good for him. Chuck Howley. That was it. Fuck. Yeah, that's. There's been a couple times where it was thought that maybe somebody from a losing team would get the Super Bowl MVP. I wonder if that'll ever happen again. Tua throws wide open to Waddle down to the 21-yard line. 1st and 10. Boy, if you need somebody to make your team look good, look no further than the New York Jets. Again, the Jets fumbled going in for a touchdown. Fumbled it at the 4. The Dolphins had this at the 4-yard line, their own 4-yard line. They are now at the Jets' 21. This Jets defense, which everybody said was supposed to be really good over the last couple of years, is really, really ass. Yeah, sure. Let's go nuts. I like it. I like that idea. Oh, it's going to be a little flippity-doo-dah. Washington gets it again, and that's going to be good for about 9 yards, 8.5, 9 yards on the little hitchy woo-woo play there for the Dolphinos, the old swimmy boys. Is it just me or my voice like super extra bassy today? I don't know. Maybe it's because I stayed up all night screaming about the Packers and Cowboys. Maybe my throat's just fucked up. I have no idea. Second and 1. Very long one. That's going to be a handoff here. And that's 1st and goal. Ollie Gordon was the runner on that particular play, and now the Dolphins are set up. They've gone 90 yards already. They've got 6 yards to go to complete a 96-yard touchdown drive. Hand off to Ollie again, and he's not going to go anywhere. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Lloyd in the chat says, I figure this game would have been a game, but games like this make my liver feel like shutting down. Like, again, but then we have the other game coming up, which is Bengals-Broncos. Again, that doesn't have the potential to be any more of an entertaining game than this one. This is really a bad. For a day where you have 2 Monday night games, you're like, well, at least one of them would be good. Not either one of these. Tua looks, throws to Achane out of the backfield, good for only about a yard and a half on the spot. 3rd and goal. They're going to give him 2 yards now from the 4-yard line. Can the Dolphins make this pay off? Can they get into the end zone? Can they look like a competent football team? Unlike the New York Jets. And I feel bad for my brother because he's a New York Jets fan. He was a Washington Redskins fan. Then when Dan Snyder took over, what was that, 99? He gave up. He said, I'm not. My brother could smell the asshole on him and was like, not smell his asshole, but that he was an asshole. Let me clarify that. Tua looks, throws, batted down at the line. It's going to be 4th and goal. Are the Dolphins going to have to go for another field goal? Or do you? If I'm the Dolphins, what do you got to fucking do? It's the Jets. Fucking go for it. So here we go. Dolphins are going to go for it. Tua and the Dolphins line up. He's in shotgun. Takes the snap. He steps back. He looks. He throws. So it's the end zone. He did not get in. They're going to say touchdown. I think he only got 1 foot in, did Waller. They're going to say initially a touchdown. I don't think. He only got 1 foot in. I think he only got 1 foot in. Let's see. Catch. No, does it come out? That was close. They're gonna say it's good though. So with that, boy, lucky to get that, and the Jets almost blocked the extra point, but that don't matter. And it is now 10-0 Miami Dolphins over the New York Jetropolitans of New Jersey. And again, the Jets were going in to score a touchdown, fumbled it. Dolphins got it at their own 4-yard line, then drove 96 yards, converted a 4th and goal to get a touchdown. The Jets are fucking pathetic, man. ELS says no touchdown. I do think it was. Waller already doing more than he did for the Giants. Absolutely, Crafty. He's done more in one drive than he ever did for the fucking Giants. Question 3 here from ELS. The Alabama Crimson Tide wide receiver Tyrone Protho caught an amazing touchdown catch in a 2005 game over the head of a defender. From what score? I don't. That would have to. Hamster would be better at answering that question than anybody else. Did anybody give a shit about the SEC in 2005? Outside of the fucking Southerners? Yeah, because that's before Saban was even there. Like, that was before Bama got relevant again. Since the first time since what? Like fucking Bear Bryant. Hamster says Southern Miss. What a great catch against a fucking like Division II school, fucking Southern Miss. Of course you do, Hamster. You're from the fucking South. Of course you. I said in 2005, who gave a shit about the fucking SEC? Lloyd says, no, I know. Hamster didn't look that up. I know Hamster. That I know Lloyd's just trying to be Lloyd. Which is fine because Hamster's always Hamster. But knowing Hamster and having heard him talk the one time, We heard old boy talk like this, and when you talk about SEC football, and you got all them them boys down there playing them in that heat and humidity down there, they can't retain facts and figures about math or physics or history. But boy, you ask a Southern boy who caught what pass over what team in what year, what quarter it was, and how many timeouts they had left, they are gonna know it. So, big ups to you, hamster. Stop making fun of me and my southernness. Well, stop making fun of me and my New Jerseyness. I don't give a shit. And the Jets are going to get that ball at the 2. They run it to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, and to the 26. And that's as far as they're going to get. Was it a crazier catch than David Tyree's helmet catch in Super Bowl 42? Be honest. We've got an injury timeout. There is a Jetropolitan on the field, so they are going to take a timeout here. What? Sorry. Oh, again, it's been a long day. I was super tired. I slept super late today. I didn't mean to. I wanted to wake up. I wanted to get so much other shit done today. I wanted to try to get the Sunday recap episode out today. Just I guess last night really took more out of me than I thought. And plus, then after that game, I couldn't go to sleep. Like I didn't go to sleep until like 2:30. Like that's weird that a tie gets you so juiced, but man, I was juiced to shit about that tie game. It was such a good game to end in a tie. But I don't think they should get rid of tie. I certainly don't think that they should adopt anything close to the awful college football overtime system. Every time I see somebody mention that, like on Twitter or something, it makes me want to put a brick through their fucking teeth. Like, stop it. Nobody wants that gimmicky, bullshitty, fucking half-assed way. No, play football. What they should do is extend the overtime from 10 to 15. Have it be a full fucking quarter. And then at the end of that, if it's still tied, fuck it. Like the 10 minutes, I think is too short. Do the full quarter. Run it as a quarter. And at the end of that quarter, if it's still tied, then it's still tied. So what do we got going on here now? Sorry for the delay. We're just checking Twitter, seeing if we get some information, some word there. NFL overtime is great. Oh, it was Allen who's down. Fuck. That's a big. He had to be a big first drive there for the Jets. Oh, it looks like his leg might have gotten fucking bent in a way legs don't go. And now the Dolphins are going to challenge. Dolphins are challenging. Bad challenge from Miami. So they lose a timeout. I am not in my minority with that opinion, Hamster. The NFL overtime compared to college overtime? No. College overtime is fucking booty cheeks. Booty cheeks, shit-covered booty cheeks. Handoff from the Jets. Breece Hall, and he's going 40. 45 out at the 49-yard line. First down for the New York Jets. Fields right now still with only 5 yards passing on one attempt. To well over 100 already. He's got 9 for 13, 105 yards, and a touchdown. See, thank you, ELS. Pitch out to Hall. Hall's going to get it up to the Dolphins 48, 47-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 6 from the Miami 47-yard line. Hey, Pepper Jack. Hey, baby. Love you. Justin Fields gets pressured, tries to escape. He's going to pull it down and run. Still gets about a 2-yard loss, 2.5. They're going to mark him as a 3-yard loss on that particular play. That's going to be 3rd, and it is only a 2-yard. I thought it was only 2 yard. 3rd and 8 is the official mark back at the 49-yard line, almost right at midfield. Hamster's so mad. Fields back, looks, throws. That's going to be caught. And he's not touched down, so he gets out of bounds at the first down marker. Does the New York Jets tight end. That was Mason Taylor with the reception there. And the roll out for the first down. He's just rolling. He's just rolling to a first down. Pretty decent spot, too. I'll give him that. Georgia Tech last year was fucking close. That's the other thing. That's like that. That's ridiculous to have those kind of. At that point, it's like a shootout in hockey, which is also fucking terrible. By the way, they need to get rid of that. Justin Fields just throws that ball away. We have a flag down. Illegal shift on the Jets. 5-yard penalty. Move him back, way back. It's going to be 1st and 15 now from the 46-yard line. The longest college football overtime was 9 overtimes, and that occurred between Illinois and when they defeated Penn State 20-18 on October 23rd, 2021. This was the first ever 9 overtime game in NCAA history. Shootouts are not awesome, Hamster. See, this is where me and you are always going to differ, and where you're always going to be wrong, and I am always right because I'm just right. Justin Fields gets back to the line of scrimmage. After getting chased out of the pocket, it's going to be 2nd and 15 now. Just came right off the edge. The fact that wasn't a sack is incredible. I hate pro hockey shootouts too. At this point, for hockey, I say, because they do the 3-on-3 for 5 minutes, do 3-on-3 for 10 minutes, and then at the end of that, if nobody scores, then it's just a tie. They need to bring ties back to hockey. Because hockey's so because they have the shootout, but shootout wins don't matter as much as overtime wins, and shootout losses aren't as bad as an overtime or a regular. Like it's so stupid. Like you made it so convoluted. There's no reason for it. Either just have the ties, or like adopt a third point. So you get 3 points if you win, 2 points if you win in overtime, 1 point if you lose in overtime, and then you only get like 1 point if you or 2 points if you win a shootout. You know, like it's so bad. Ties hamster. You have to realize sometimes in life you don't either win or lose. That's a thing that does happen. Sometimes you're just fucking even, man. That happens. False start on the Jetstropolitans. That's going to move them back again. Fields in shotgun, takes the snap, throws, caught at the knees by Garrett Wilson, and he's going to get about 10 yards. It's going to be about 3rd and 5 now from the Miami 36-yard line. Dude, Notre Dame consistently has some of the best hockey jerseys out there. I love Notre Dame's hockey jerseys throughout. Go out just looking at it throughout history. I love Notre Dame's hockey jerseys. No, see, again, playoffs are different. Playoffs and championships are different because there has to be a winner there. Regular season, you don't have to have a winner. Fields steps back. We've got another flag down, so this is probably not going to matter. Incomplete pass. The Vikings, the Dolphins will go ahead and decline that most likely. Oh, illegal shift on the Jets again, but it's not going to matter. Fourth down for the Jets, 4th and 5. It looks like they're going to go for it. Bo, ELS's question number 4 on this beautiful trivia Monday Night Football edition of Stay Tuned Sports. Which non-quarterback was the first to throw more than 10 touchdown passes in his career? Was it either A, Marcus Allen, B, Frank Gifford, C, Keith Byers, or D, Alvin Harper? I'll say Frank Gifford because he did a lot of that shit. He was like an H-back in USC and then with the Giants. I'll go with Frank. I'll go good old Frank Gifford. Fields is going to get, and he fumbles the ball, and the Dolphins pick it up, and now they have it deep in Jets territory on a 4th down and 5. Fields like it just never stops being the Jets. It just never stops being the Jets. The Jets are the Jets are the Jets. That's all it'll ever be. The Jets are the Jets are the Jets. It never ends for this team. It never fucking ends for this team. Michigan Tech's got some pretty decent jerseys. I'll give you that. I kind of like this one. I know it seems weird, but I kind of like. Hold on, let me see if I can get this one. Hold on. That's a pretty neat jersey. I like that. That's not bad. That's not bad, ELS. It was Frank Givert. See, I told you it was old Frankie boy. I think that's a pretty neat jersey. Lloyd in the chat says this game is like watching a movie with a good supporting cast, but the script is ass. I've seen a couple of. I think those are movies I kind of like. Those are good movies to take. Have a couple Edwards with, if you know what I'm saying. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. Where's the one? There's one particular Notre Dame jersey I really liked from the past, and I want to see if I can find that. Crafty says, "No, this game is actually just like watching straight up Little Lass." That's going to be an end around here for the Dolphins. No gain on that particular play. Looks like Washington was the ball carrier there. 2nd and 10 coming up. I'm going to find this picture of this Notre Dame goddamn hockey jersey. I will find it. Tyreek, he's going to get a yard. Lloyd in the chat says, hey, Crafty, sometimes tongue-punching the fart box is good. And Lloyd, I agree with that sentiment. However, it's got to be a clean fart box. It's got to be a clean ass. And in this case, and the one thing you say about this game is that it is sloppy. So if we're talking about a sloppy ass, I'm going to have to agree with Crafty on that one. Pecan says, speaking of which, when is the McCain coming out? How you doing, Pecan? Thank you for joining us in the chat here. Once again, the $100 man, Pecan. That's how you get the $100 man, Ted DiBiase, in the chat with us. Pecan, money, 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 money. Tyreek Hill gets the ball. Then he goes backwards. He had the first down, went backwards behind the first down marker. He gains about an extra 6 yards. But that's going to be a first down for the Dolphins. And we've got another injured Jet on the ground. Oh, no. That is Michael Carter. No, this isn't sloppy second. This is listen, you got to take a shower and, like, hose that off. Listen, sometimes in the heat of a moment, you get sloppy seconds. Things happen. You know what I mean? ELS knows all about trains. We have a pretty good idea about trains as well. Maybe you're in a train situation. Sloppy seconds are going to happen in those cases. This is not a case of sloppy seconds. This is just a case of somebody ate too much Taco Bell and didn't wipe properly. That's what this game. This game is a physical representation of somebody's asshole who ate too much Taco Bell and didn't wipe properly. That's what this game is. Crafty says Tyreek Hill got 2 first downs on the same play. Yeah, I'm going to get a first down. No, I'm not going to get it. I'm alive. I'm dead. I'm alive again. Crafty says Olivia Rodrigo. MasterCard. Yeah. Not MasterCard. That's American Express. I don't care what it is. I'd like to run my card in her slot. Anyway. In the chat, ELS says, last December, I went to the Great Lakes International Hockey Tournament. 4 teams were in that tournament. Michigan Tech, Northern Michigan, Western Michigan, and Michigan State. A lot of Michigans there. A lot of different Michigans. I'm still determined to find this Notre Dame jersey. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. Where the hell is that jersey? It's an old one. I think it's from the 90s. Vintage hockey jersey. Is that gonna? Oh, there it is. I think I found it. I think I got it. Third and 19 here. Why is it third and 19? What happened? What did I miss? Oh, was it a pen? Was there a penalty somewhere I missed? Now it's fourth and 10. I missed something. And now it's fourth and 10. It's going to be fourth and 10 from where they recovered the phone. But I thought Tyreek Hill got the first down. Did I miss a penalty? I guess I missed a penalty there because I was worried about the. I saw the injury, and then I didn't see. Yeah, so I guess there was a penalty there. All right, I bet. So let me add that. That's a 9. Up on a penalty. Put a little quick whoop. There was the penalty. Woo! There it is. Oh God. Yeah, see, I didn't know. I thought I did not see that. Let's see. There we go. That's the jersey I was talking about there, ELS. Christy says, damn it, King, you have one job. Yes, that I'm not getting paid for. And that I'm too busy sometimes looking over for hockey jerseys. Hamster says he was talking about butts and not paying attention. That too. I think we might have been talking about Olivia Rodrigo. And, listen. Things happen. But yeah, I like this jersey. That's a favorite of mine. That's a great hockey jersey right there. That's 100%. I wish I could own that. I can't. I don't think you can find it anywhere anymore. But yeah, I like that one. That's a nice one. Ah, just made it fucking giant. There we go. Just take me completely out of the picture. All right, enough. Question number 5, by the way. Okay, which NFL team was the first to go winless in an entire season while losing at least 10 games? That was that Tampa? They went 0-14, right? There might have been somebody else, maybe. Maybe like you're talking like the 40s and 50s, but I'll give it old Tampa. I'll give the old Tampa try here. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, the other game actually started. Look at that. So the Dolphins are gonna have to punt after the fumble, after a couple of different fucking penalties and shit like that. Some I even missed. Kick is away. Yeah, that one's going to be at like the 15, 20-yard line, it looks like. They're going to say 17. Split the difference. There you go, 15, 20. Say to 17. And that's where the Jets will now take over. With $1.52 remaining. In 1942, the Detroit Lions went a miserable 0-11 in the season. They were shut out in the season 5 times, including a 42-0 blowout against the Bears. First and 10 here for the Jets. $1.52 remaining. It's just going to be a handoff from Hall to Hall. Gets it to the 20. So a gain of about 4. 2nd and 6 upcoming. Dude, if that game turns out to be like a fucking barn burner, and we all decided to choose this one because the Bengals sucked, they got blown out by fucking Carson Wentz last week, and we're like, oh well, we'll watch this one. Like if like I'm just gonna feel like I'm cursed, and I'm just gonna watch it. I mean, here's the other thing too. Like Tom Grossi and Perner are watching that game, so even if I was covering that game, most people would be over watching them watch that game anyway. At least with this game, I might get some people who are wanting to watch the Dolphins or Jets. I don't know how many people are going to want to do that aren't Dolphins and Jet fans that maybe aren't watching themselves and don't want to see some fat asshole talk about Olivia Rodrigo's asshole while watching the game, but this is where we are. 2nd and 3, Justin Fields, back throws. That's going to be caught by Hall. That's going to be a first down. And the Jets are going to call a timeout here, I believe. Stop the clock, save some time. 46 seconds remaining. Braylon Allen won't return due to a knee injury. No shit. Yeah, looking at the way he bent. That wasn't great. Let me see if I can get that game on here too, just to watch, you know. Duplicate that. Let me put this up here. Let's see what we can do. We all judged the Bengals, man. They fucking sucked. They were. I think the Bengals were rightfully judged. I wish I could do picture in picture in this fucking. Okay, yeah, I just saw a field goal for the Bengals. So 3-0 Bengals there in Denver. Denver wearing their, what are they wearing? All blue there? That sucks. So here we go. 46 seconds left. Can the Jets get something before halftime? Not that it matters with the Jets. And there's a flag before the play even fucking starts. That was Lazard. I was thinking about that. I was planning on doing that. Like I said, I just didn't get a chance to fucking put that up. I could try to set it up during halftime. Justin Fields going to throw. He's getting pressure. Just throws that away. 3rd and 7 upcoming. 23 seconds left. They're at their own 40-yard line. Boy, why did I pick this game? Oh, wait, you guys voted for it. I'll blame you guys. It's all your fault. Thank you, chat. You guys fucked it up. You guys ruined everything. So the Jets are lined up. Let's see if they got another penalty for a fucking false start or illegal shift or fucking something. 3rd and 7. Fields throws. It's going to be complete to Wilson. Wilson gets it to the 49-yard line of the Dolphins. Jets take their second timeout. 17 seconds remaining. I'll see what I can do, ELS. I should have gotten something done with it before. That's on me. I should have had a gun. Thank you for that break, United. Fields back. Looks, throws. Jets trying to get out of bounds. And they do. He was going sideways, though. That should be the clock still goes. 10 seconds left. As you see Bo Nix in the other game running onto the field. Oh, I didn't even see Lloyd. Lloyd, that's mean. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. At another fucking flag? Oh, no, just a timeout. It's going to be Miami's second timeout. Justin Fields steps back here. 7, 6 times wasted. Tipped off the fingers. 5 seconds left, but there's a flag on the ground. We're already at 11 flags here. Five-yard penalty for illegal contact. It doesn't give the Jets much yard. They were probably hoping a lot more for pass interference, but that's not going to happen. Hamster, now you're just trying to pick a fight. You're in a timeout. 1 minute, Hamster. We don't. There's no making fun of team nicknames here. Plus, you have to know your proper history. They were the Indian Meatpacking Company of Green Bay, Wisconsin, and they had their team, and that's not a dumb name. That's a better name than why are they called the Falcons? You guys wanted to be a bird and not being a bird? What's going on with your birds? You guys wanted to be the Eagles so bad, instead you decided to be bird. And then you have the Tennessee Titans. They wanted to be the New York Titans so bad. They wanted to be what the New York Jets were, so they named themselves Titans. Incomplete 2 seconds of like, what are we doing, Jets? What are we doing? What the fuck are the Jets doing? What are the Jets doing? Like, I just don't understand what the Jets are doing. And now here comes Fatty McFatty coming out for a kick here. Oh, Nick Folk. We love Nick Folk, but man, he's taking wearing the all white is not helping the dad bod look there. Jets, snap, hold, kick is up. Boy, that thing is straight as an arrow. And that's going to be good. So the Jets are on the board. No shutout for the Jets today. At least they get some points on the board. That's probably a question Hamster would know. Is he out of timeout yet? The 60 minutes for the timeout might be good. Broncos up 20. Okay, let me go ahead. Let me try and work on this fucking. Let me see if I can get this scoreboard going. Dun 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 dun. I don't know how long I could do that before they ping me for that. Just me singing along as I'm doing graphics for everybody. Lloyd says this game hopefully gets interesting in the second half. I certainly fucking hope so. I certainly hope it gets a lot more interesting than it has been. Because here's the thing: like, I don't mind either whether a game is like low scoring or you're like, oh, both of these teams suck or whatever the case is. But man, like, just don't be fucking boring. Like, just don't be boring. That's all. Is that too much to ask? I think when it comes to the Jets, that answer is yes. That is far too much to ask when it comes to the New York Jets. And we're going to get that there. There. And we're trying to get this done as quickly as possible. I don't know if that's going to work. All right, let's see if this works. Uh... 24. Yeah, I had no idea. I had no idea. Did Hamster leave us? Did he finally get upset? I feel bad. I don't want him to go, but like he needs to relax a little bit sometimes. He needs to relax. Got to get a base. Got to relax. So let me see what I can do with this. Bringing in an image. Let's see here. Question 7. Which tight end was the winner of the 1992 National Cutting Horse Association? NFL Super. What is a cutting horse? Some bitch out there cutting horses? Like, what the fuck is going on? What is he doing? I have no idea what that is. I'll say Jay Novacek. Simply because I don't have any idea else who it could be. All right, let me put this over here. Let me see. Copy that. Aha! We're getting there. We're cooking with gas now. Nope, that's not what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so we're getting there. We're getting there. Crafty said Bengals looking to convert a 4th and 2 in their own territory. False start by the Bengals. So never mind. Right, so we've got that there. Now we've got this here, and now we can start working on getting this secondary scoreboard all set up. You guys are seeing the magic behind the scenes here. As we're trying to get this all set up here. That's that. This is still that. And that is that. All right. There we go. All right. And I think we got a second scoreboard there. So now we're good. Look at that. Shanked punt. Only went 24 yards. Oh, boy. Lloyd says, ever watch a game and was like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't? Yeah, I'm a Giants fan. I've had a lot of those. I've had a lot of those particular viewing events. Look at Bo. Look at Bo. Look at Bo. He's only going to get about 3 yards. Dude, if the Broncos lose to the fucking Bengals, like, what are we doing? ELS with his 8th. Trivia question of the night. What NFL running back hoped to join the U.S. Olympic karate team in the 1992 Olympic Summer Games? I think Bo's fucking hips were already fucked by that point, so I don't know if that was Bo. I'm trying to think. Like, who was kind of like that? Who was like a bit like of that, maybe like eccentric kind of. I don't know. Like, my brain is like Ernest Biner or something. Like, I don't know. I don't think it was Emmett. I don't think it was Emmett. I don't think it was Thurman Thomas either. I don't think Thurman Thomas was that kind of. Oh, Bo, he gets a completion to his tight end, and he's got a big gain. And now the Broncos are cooking inside the Bengals side of the field, deep in their side of the field. And here comes the Dolphins. If the Jets fumbled again, I swear to fucking God. Miami recovered a fumble. Holy fuck. Oh, God, the Jets. This one's gonna suck. Yeah. Tony Dorsett. Fuck, I knew it was. I was trying to think of the eccentric running backs. Tony Dorsett was definitely. Herschel Walker would have also been a thought. Yeah. Chan, no gain for the Jets. 2nd and 10 from the Jet 36. No gain for the Dolphins. Sorry. Third and 5 upcoming here for the Broncos. 22 seconds left in the first quarter in Denver. Lloyd says the Jets fumbling should be a drinking game at this point. I don't disagree with her. Now we'd be fucking hammered. Pecan says Hamster's planning his revenge. Probably. Nix, he's going to run for it, and he gets a touchdown. As they just showed that up there on the regular screen, and I just saw it on this one here. Thrown, caught, first down, Dolphins. And Reek is grabbing his knee. Tyreek's grabbing his knee. Uh-oh. If you're the Dolphins, that's no good. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yes. If the Jets fumbling was a drinking game, we'd all end up with alcohol poisoning in about an hour. Yeah, no, it's not. This is not great. This is not a great game. But the Broncos, they finally do get a touchdown against the Cincinnati Bengals. They have a 7-3 lead currently there. It is 10-3 here after the Jets got the second half kickoff and then immediately fucking fumbled it. Crafty says, to summarize this game, turnovers, penalties, injuries. I would summarize it further by just saying turnovers, penalties, penalties, turnovers, penalties, injuries, penalties, penalties, turnovers, penalties, injuries, injuries, penalties, turnovers. Question 9 here from our good friend ELS, giving us the good Monday night trivia. How many teams were there in 2003 which had some sort of animal in their name? Okay, well, we could just simply run through that shit. You got the Dolphins. You've got the Jaguars. You've got the Panthers. You've got the Eagles. You've got... People are probably going to say Buffalo Bills, but that's not. Buffalo Bill was a person, not an animal. Bengals. Bears. Lions. Colts. Falcons. Oh, they got the card out for Tyreek. Oh, no. Cardinals. Rams. Seahawks. 12. I'll say 12. No, ELS. Bills aren't named after an animal, so that's wrong. Dolphins, Eagles, Ravens. I forgot the Ravens. Shit. Bengals, Bears, Lions, Jaguars, Falcons, Panthers, Broncos. I didn't get to the Broncos yet. I was going through the map in my head. Broncos, Cardinals, Rams, Colts, and Seahawks. That's 14, not 15. Why do you have the Bills in there, ELS? That is an incorrect statement. The Bills have some sort of animal in their name. Buffalo's the city, not an animal. They would have to be the Buffalo or the Buffalo Bisons in order for that to be. I'm glad they didn't replay it. I saw him grabbing his leg, but I saw him grabbing the back of his leg. I didn't see if it was that or... It doesn't mean sort of... A bill is not a sort of an animal. It doesn't matter sort of an animal. The Bills are not named after a buffalo or a bison. They're named after Buffalo Bill Cody, who was a human. So that question in and of itself is flawed. The Bills is wrong. That doesn't matter. Just because if it would have said animal as part of their logo, that would have been perfectly fine. First down for the Dolphins. Achane runs for the first down. So if it said animal, something to do with an animal in their logo, perfectly fine. I get that. Yeah, Buffalo has the bison in their logo. I get it. But that's not what they were named for. Did anybody ever stop and think why they called them the Bills? That's what I'm wondering. Because a lot of people out there say, well, why do they call them the Bills? Like fucking old Buffalo Bill Cody. First and 10 from the 13, and they're going to get to the 9. Does Achane? It's going to be 2nd and 6 from the 9. And Lloyd, I am a stickler for details. I am a master of the technicality. I'm glad I didn't see the injury, Crafty. I'm going to be honest. When I saw it, all I saw him was grabbing like his knee and the back of his leg. So I didn't personally see anything like that, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't. Stone caught, touchdown, Miami Dolphins. Waller with his 2nd touchdown of the game. doing more with the Dolphins than he ever did with the Giants. That was brought up by, I think, Lloyd, Kraft. I think everybody in the chat brought that up. Lloyd says, I feel violated watching this. I don't disagree. Kick up is good. Crafty's like, where's this guy? Hey, here, listen. This might be another situation where you leave the Giants, you leave the Brian Daboll coaching negative aura sphere, and next thing you know, you're a fantastic fucking player. I don't know if that's the case with Darren Waller. That could be, but it wouldn't surprise me with the way the things go with the New York Football Giants. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, it is currently the Dolphins 17, the New York Jets 3. I'll tell you what. I'll say this. And I'll make this. If the Bengals score on this drive, whether it's touchdown, field goal, whatever, if the Bengals score on this next drive they have, I will switch the game over to the Bengals and the Broncos, and we'll watch that one. Is that okay? Is everybody okay with that? Is everybody copacetic with that? I think that might be something we have to do. Bengals are at midfield. I did see that. And I didn't even know that when I had made that bet. I was like, oh, if that happens, I'll do that. Well, oh, shit. Well, it might be. Because right now, anything's better than watching this. And if the Bengals are actually going to have a better game than what we're watching now, then didn't quite work out well with the Giants. You think so, fucking Nick? And we've got another flag. Why is this not matching up? Pecan says, as long as they don't tie and it doesn't last until midnight. That's the question. That's the worry. Not exactly how this offense. Tell me how the offense is constructed there. Let's see. Do the Jets fumble on this drive? Do the Jets fumble on this drive? That might be a question. That might be the next poll. 2nd and 5. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 5 coming up here for the Jets. Question 10 is up, and it is. Thank you, ELS. How many wide receivers were selected before Terrell Owens in the 1995 draft? Wasn't that a big thing with him? Wasn't it like 11 or something? It was like something ridiculous. 6, 11. I forget the exact number, but it was a lot. He always made that. He always he was always like, all right, I'm gonna make people pay. Like that was one of his like chips on his shoulders he had. So 3rd and 5. It's gonna be a handoff and about a yard short. Why did the Jets offensive lineman said, "Oh, first down, first down"? He's a yard and a half short of the first fucking down. What the fuck are you doing? It was 11. All right, look at me being fucking smart. I'm smarter than I didn't know that. I honestly took that one was a shot in a fucking dart. I had no idea. I literally had no idea. I was like, 11 sounded right to me. Kind of like how I picked the Chargers to be 11th on my preseason picks. I was like, sounds right. So here we go. 4th and 1 for the Jets. They're going to go for it at the Miami 43. Justin Fields getting pressure. He's just scrambling, running for his life. He's going to pull down, run, get the first down to the 40, to the 30, 25, 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, New York Jets. Holy shit, the Jets have scored a touchdown. Oh, that's wrong. I was so used to doing the other one. And there's no flags. Holy shit. I don't know. With the Jets scoring, now all of a sudden we have a game. A sloppy, bad game, but a game. And the kick is up, and it is gone. I left the Jets touchdown graphic up there longer than I wanted to. So there you go. Jets now only down by a touchdown after Justin Fields takes the ball into his own hands, scores. The Jets didn't get a penalty, which might be the most surprising part of the whole situation. Bengals are facing a 3rd and 15 right now. Trailing 7-3 to the Broncos. Bengals are on their own 44-yard line. Lloyd says the Jets game made me think of their wives, husband, boyfriends. Why did it make you think of the Wags? Bengals facing 3rd and 20 now. Ooh, cracked the neck. That felt good. I still can't believe I pulled that 11 out of my ass. Browning gets it to Chase. They're still going to be about 10 yards short of the first down. And the Bengals are going to have to punt. I guess we're not going to the Bengals game. Jets scored a touchdown. And the Bengals didn't score on this drive. Ow. Oh, there's a flag in that game. Wonder what's going on there. Wonder what's going on over there. Tyreek Hill has gone to the hospital and has been officially listed as out for the game. Apparently, no fucking shit. He just said it. He says Tyreek Hill has been reported to have a knee injury. He's being taken to a local hospital for imaging, evaluation, and observation. He has been listed as out. Listed as doubtful. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Dolphins. Ooh, high throw from Tua. Waddle was his intended receiver. They're going to call pass interference on the Jets, though. I'll say this: this crew, that's ESPN crew down there, they are not great at telling you when there's a penalty or showing you when there's a penalty or putting a graphic up when there's a penalty. Not great. They're not great at it. Tua, play action, throws. That's going to be caught. Waddle. He's going to be one of their big targets between him and Darren Waller. This game fucking sucks. Dolphins have been fairly even with their fucking offense. 18 passes, 17 rushes. Broncos get a first down there in Denver. Quick screen. That's going to be a gain of about 2 yards. I started this night so positive. I started this night so like, hey, let's go. That's it. Talk with everybody in the chat. Everybody's having fun. Next thing you know, like it seems like the chat's kind of fucking bored. I'm bored. So I'll say this is why I hate the double Monday nights. Either make one game or fucking like or if you're gonna do the double, do it to where the one game's over before the other one starts. Like this double shit when it's like, all right, we're gonna do one in 1 hour and one in the other hour. Why? Fucking stop it. Stop it. Oh, Tua got hit in the fucking dome again. And then there was another flag there, too. That was 3rd and 8. It was going to be short, but the Jets fucking hit him in the dome. If NFL's going to protect anybody's fucking dome, it's going to be Tua's fucking dome. Like, what are we doing here, Jets? Jets gonna jet, baby. Just when you think you got something good, they do that. Let's see here. Question 11. What team won the inaugural and only XFL championship? That was the LA Extreme, baby. I was a New York, New Jersey Hitman fan myself. Although, honestly, the best uniforms and name was probably the Las Vegas Outlaws. That was a great uniform, great helmet, great logo. Memphis Maniacs were okay. But yeah, the LA Extreme, they won that first one. Gordon's bouncing off the line there. He's going to get 4 yards down to the 16-yard line. 2nd and 6 from the Jets 16. LA Extreme. I knew that, baby. I was alive for that. That's the thing, Elias. You weren't alive for that yet. I was alive for that. I remember the Opie and Anthony pregame shows they used to have for that. I was a big Opie and Anthony fan here in the New York area when they were on WNEW, 102.7 WNEW. Bo Nix throws over. There's a overthrow. Another overthrow. 2nd and 6. Tua, play action, rolls to his left, throws. That's going to be caught for a first down by Waddle down to the 9. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Dolphins, but we have another fucking flag. And against guess who? Guess who? The JETS. Penalties decline. Doesn't matter. Lloyd says the positivity evaporated instantly. It got this has been a. If there's anything that could steal the positivity away from watching a football game, it's the New York fucking Jets. Did Tua just try to play fake to nobody? And did it fucking work? Touchdown Dolphins. Tua did a play action to nobody and then still completed it to Achane for a touchdown. The Jets bit on a play action to nobody. Oh, Jets. Oh, Jets. Never change. Never change, New York Jets. Kicks up, it's good. It is now 24-10. 2-touchdown lead again for the Dolphins. Oh, my God. Tua did a play action to nobody, and they still scored a touchdown. New York Jets football, baby. That's right there in a microcosm. ELS says, JETS. Lol. That's actually a good one, ELS. That's an A-pluser. That's an A-pluser. Oh, God. ELS with the 12th trivia question. The 12th trivia question of the night. The Steelers drafted 3 future Hall of Fame players in 1974. This was one of the best drafts ever. Which of the players listed wasn't drafted in 1974? Was it Mike Webster, Jack Lambert, Franco Harris, or John Starworth? Because I can't speak properly. I'm gonna say Lambert. Touchdown Broncos. They have scored in their game and now lead 13-3 pending the extra point. I'm gonna say Lambert. I think he was earlier. Wasn't he drafted in the same class with me, John Green? I think that. Nah, I don't think the Jets are gonna fire Aaron Glenn that quickly. I don't think they're gonna fire Aaron Glenn that quickly. And the extra point is up and good for the Broncos. They now lead 14-3, and that's starting to look like the game we thought we were going to see. It was Franco. Could have sworn. Oh, well, all right, good job. All right, ELS. You got me. You got me. Chiefs Jaguars next week. If the Chiefs are gonna if the Chiefs are back, if the Chiefs are gonna play the way they did against the Ravens, that might be something. I don't think Russell's got that much of a trading cachet right now. Maybe. I would think the Bengals might actually ask about Winston before they ask about Wilson, but they might. I think the Giants are open to anything. Listen, you want to take him, you can take him, and I think he's the cheaper option, and it's all about cheap options. So that's the thing too. When Crafty, if you ask about if the Bengals are going to ask for Russell or Cousins, especially with Atlanta asking for high draft picks and covering a large portion of Cousins' contract to take him. The Bengals, the Chiefskates, they're not doing that. So they'd look for either Russ Wilson or they'll look to try to get Jameis or somebody. Lloyd says, it's bad when I go silent and feel defeated. We all feel defeated watching this fucking game. Jets got 1st and 10 from their own 46. ESPN keeps on breaking into the game with highlights from the Denver game. Hey, everybody, this is how football should be played. At least we got trivia. That's the thing. At least we've got ELS's trivia to keep us entertained for this fucking game. Justin Fields hands off to Breece Hall. He's going to get about 4 or 5 yards on that one. Again, thank you so much for joining us for this fucking snooze fest, ladies and gentlemen. The New York Jets versus the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins currently leading 24-10. My name is King. This is Stay Tuned Sports. If you like anything that you're watching, and I don't know why the fuck you would, but if you happen to do so, please hit that like button, share button, and if you would be so kind, if you're not already, please hit that subscribe button. It helps us out tremendously. If you'd like to help us out in a more fiduciary fashion, that means money, donating some money, purchasing some things that we have that are available for sale, you can go to the top of the chat or below this video in the description. We have a link in either one of those spots for our donation station, our merch store, our Discord, and of course, if you want to go vote for my nephew to be Youth Athlete of the Year, that would be very much appreciated. Thank you so very much for all of your support, especially our boy Pecan, the $100 man. If you donate more than $100, you get your name in a ticker, just like our boy Pecan. Right now, he is in the clubhouse, the leader in the clubhouse, with $100 donated. 3rd and 6 coming up here for the Jets. Jets from right at midfield, from the center stripe. And that's going to be a loss of a yard for the Jets on the run. 4th down and 7 now. And the Jets are going to punt. The trivia has been the most fun part of this, ELS. I'll give you that. That is 1,000% correct. Because this has been a slog. This has been a real rough thing to run through here. Oh boy. Bengals had something open there in their game, but just missed it, did Jake Browning. Fair catch for the Dolphins at their own 10-yard line. This will probably end. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I meant possession, not touchdown. It's been a night. Jay Schrader. I know that, but my brother was a Redskins fan back in the day. That's Jay Schrader, ELS. I answered that as soon as I saw it. I remember that. I remember Jay Schrader. I remember Dexter Manley on the defensive side of that Redskins team. The Redskins in that 80s and 90s time, man, the Redskins were a fucking real deal, man. Redskins were a fucking team. That whole NFC East was badass, man. You didn't give a chance for anybody else to answer, ELS. You should give them a chance to answer. And I'm not always going to be right. You shouldn't just do it so quickly. In fact, I've gotten a couple of questions tonight. I haven't gotten all of them. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Bengals in their game. Yeah, it's going to be a holding on the Bengals. That's for fucking sure. That's what I was saying, Crafty. I was like, you got to slow down on giving the answer. Just because somebody gives the right answer, you can wait. Let the others answer. Give the others a chance. Everyone, please answer question 14. No, we're still complaining about question 13, ELS. Let us complain, damn it. No. All right, question 14. John Heisman never coached the Heisman Trophy winner, but how many winners from his namesake award have come from schools where he coached? That one I don't know. That's one Hamster would know, but he's pissed. I think he's throwing a hissy fit because we put him in a joke timeout because of the Packer thing. So. Cause what where did Heisman where did Heisman coach? I'll say 12 for no reason. Jets gonna get a penalty for encroachment. I'll say 12. I'm taking a shot in the dark. I did with 11. I'll say 12. Get a penalty and go off sides, Crafty? I don't know. I'm watching the game on ESPN, so I don't know if you're way ahead of me or not. I don't know. 1st and 5. I did see them go get a penalty. Tua steps back. He's got time. Now he's getting rushed. Steps back, looks, throws into the ground. Because he says Jets going to be getting a penalty for being the Jets. We are suffering the penalty. Penalty on us for watching the Jets. Lloyd says, I'm still here, just dead. Sanka, you dead? Yeah, man. Okay, you were referring to the penalty. Okay, yeah. That's all of us. Just seems like we're just suffering through here. We're just suffering through it. Okay, only 3. I thought way too many. Earl Campbell, Ricky Williams, where Heisman, Texas, Bo Jackson, one award at Auburn, Vince Young, also from Texas, runner up to Reggie Bush. Okay. That would help if I knew where Mr. Heisman fucking coached or did anything, but that is not a piece of sports lore that I am specifically familiar with. So 3rd and 3 for the Dolphins now from their own 17. Tua steps back. He's getting rushed, runs away, looks, throws, incomplete. And the Dolphins are actually going to have to punt the ball away. Holy shit. The Jets have wasted good coaching talent. They've wasted good player talent. They've wasted fans' time and money and energy and effort. They've wasted the NFL's time. They've wasted CBS and Fox broadcasters' time and equipment and cameramen's time. Just think of all the cameramen that have had to go to these games and film these games and the time that they had to waste that they'll never get back in their life. That is time of their life that is forever gone. They don't get to have it back. Just like us right now, we're watching this game. This is time we never get back. You want to know how old I am? I remember watching that play live, the Dan Marino fake spike. I was watching that game live from my parents' living room in Bayonne, New Jersey. Big run for the Broncos in their game. Dolphins fear wide receiver Tyreek Hill dislocated his knee. Well, I think Crafty said that's not really a fucking catch made by the Jets down at the 45. That's not so much a fear as a stone cold fact. Oh, the Broncos are just running right through this Bengals defense. There's a flag on that play though for the Broncos. Here's the thing, Lloyd. Even in the season where the Lions didn't win a game, they played tough games and went down to the wire in a lot of them. Big pass catch for the Jets down to the 17-yard line, 16-yard line. So, like, and watching that Lions team that did go completely defeated, completely winless. Uh, there were a lot of games that they were in, so I give them credit. I think the Lions team that went winless was better than the Browns team that went winless. I think the Lions team that went winless was better than the Browns team that won one game the following year. Justin Fields throws, caught! They're going to say out of bounds. I think he might have got that second foot down, did Wilson? And they're going to say Wilson had pass interference on him. Wow. They're saying he caught it, but that Garrett Wilson had pass interference, so it doesn't matter. That was a hell of a catch by Garrett. Yep, he got it. Yeah, that's a 2-footer. He got it, but they called him for interference. Where? Not that it mattered. End of the third quarter. Oh, this has never been more appropriate here. In watching all these other games, last night it was fun when we hit the fourth quarter. We were like, man, we're putting it in. We're putting in work. All right. Put the fours up because we are suffering through 4 quarters of New York Jets football right here on Stay Tuned Sports, everybody. Get the fours up. Get them up in chat. Get them up at home. I don't care if you use the number 4. I don't care if you use the Roman numeral 4. I don't care if you use 4 dots, 4 tally marks, whatever you want to do. Get your fours up. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here for this boring-ass fucking game here on Stay Tuned Sports. My name is King. This is Stay Tuned Sports. And this is a game. This is a football game that is occurring right now. That is happening. Jets down 2 touchdowns. Yeah, Lloyd. Last night you were the MVP of the chat, man. You fucking rocked that shit. That was fun. Lloyd with the superscript 4. Very nice. Very nice. I like that. Nice. Keep it different. Keep everybody on their toes. I like where you're at, Lord. Oh, God. Broncos, Bo Nix, they're looking to do some work here. They are now inside. Oh, no, yeah, it's out of bounds. That's not a good catch. Second foot comes down out of bounds. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Broncos. Bo Nix rolls out to his right, looks, throws. That's going to be caught. And down at about the 2-yard line. They're going to say 3-yard line for the Broncos. 3rd down. and 2 to go, like 2.5. The first they can get a first down at the 1/2 yard line. That's a terrible call. That is not off. I mean, I get OPI, but that is not OPI. Oh, I didn't even notice question 15. I'm sorry, ELS. I'll get there right after this play coming up. Looks like the Bengals are going to stop the Broncos from getting into the end zone. It's going to be 4th and 1 for Denver. So 1st and 20 for the Jets. Justin Fields. Step back, looks throw. Caught. Breece Hall gets a couple yards there. And now there's a flag after the play. Fucking Christ. Fucking hell. What is it? $15-yard penalty from the end of the play, after the play, because the Jets' offensive lineman. Jesus Christ. Anyway, question 15 from ELS. In 1984, what Boston College quarterback threw a 40-yard touchdown pass? Oh, come on. It's one of the most famous plays of all time, ELS. Come on. That's Doug Flutie. That's still listed as one of the most famous college football plays, if not famous football plays, of sports plays of all time. The Doug Flutie Miracle Hail Mary down in Miami at the Orange Bowl. Broncos going for it on 4th and 1. Bo Nix rolls out to his right, looks, throws, intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get it out at the 20-yard line. Boception. Jets have 3 turnovers and 10 penalties tonight. 10 accepted penalties. Lloyd says, my wife's boyfriend plays better than the Jets. You're part of that lifestyle, huh? The upside-down pineapple, eh, Lloyd? Pretty good. Whoa, that's got to be a flag. And no flag on that one. So they get unnecessary roughness, but Fields gets ripped out of bounds while he's out of bounds. Wow, that's... I'm not even a Jets fan, and that's fucked up. Bo must be the most unfortunately named quarterback in it. You have Bo overthrow, Bo picks. Like there's so it's so both of his names can be used in negative connotations. Broncos scoring opportunity nixed by Bo. So now 3rd and 24 here for the New York Jets. First down is at the 8-yard line. They're at the 32. If that is, and that's intercepted by Miami. That's intercepted. I thought that looked like a pick to me. What are we talking about? You got to look at that. That looked like a pick. Nope. Incomplete. Lloyd says, I honestly gave up on this game once the energy was sucked out and not in a positive way. Yeah, no, this game has sucked, and not in the way some of those no, Pepper Jack's in the other room. I don't want to say. Don't want to say that. It was 25 years ago. It doesn't matter. Chet's going for a field goal to make it an 11-point game. Snap, hold, kick is up. And Nick Folk puts it through. If the Dolphins find a way to blow this game, I will be fucking astonished. Although if there's a team that can blow this game, it would be the Dolphins. So I've had a few. Oh, fuck this Springsteen fucking movie. Fuck Bruce Springsteen. Again, I feel like I have to go on this diatribe every time I see this fucking bullshit from the fucking guy from The Bear. But listen, fuck Bruce Springsteen. New Jersey does not fuck with Bruce Springsteen. We don't like that motherfucker. He's an asshole. He's a piece of shit. Nobody likes him. Nobody is proud of like Jersey pride and talk about Springsteen. Other people from outside of New Jersey associate him with New Jersey because he's from New Jersey and East Street and Asbury Park and the Stone Pony and Jersey and all that other shit. We don't fuck with him here. A vast majority of New Jersey, we identify with Bon Jovi. The only people that really kind of fuck with Springsteen at this point are fucking 80-year-olds. And they're mostly senile. Fuck Bruce Springsteen. I cannot say it enough. I cannot get that out of my mouth enough times for people to truly understand how we New Jerseyans feel about Bruce Springsteen. Piece of shit. Asshole. Fuck him. Fuck you, Bruce. I know Bruce Springsteen's never going to see this. But as a fellow New Jerseyan, as somebody who loves this Garden State with all of my heart, with all of its flaws, and it has a lot of flaws, do not get me wrong. Fuck you, Bruce Springsteen. Lloyd says the Jersey Show fucked over New Jersey. Oh, are you talking about Jersey Shore? Funny thing about Jersey Shore, though, is that everybody part of that, like fucking JWoww and Snooki and all that shit, none of the people there are from New Jersey. Like, a lot of them are either from upstate New York, Connecticut. I think Snooki's from fucking Staten Island. Which I get, I mean, you know, New Yorkers think Staten Island is more New Jersey than New York, and everybody... Staten Island is hated by both New Jerseyans and New Yorkers. So, I mean, it's, you know, it's kind of a no man's land there. 1,000% crafty, he is. Springsteen is, he is. That stupid little redhead wife of his is. He, you know, she was in the band. He started fucking her in the band. I think he had a wife before her. And while he was married, he was fucking her in the band. And then that's what buggered. And then he married her. Some shit like that. There was some drama with that stupid fucking redhead in the band. And she's a piece of fucking work, too. Don't get me started. Yeah, most of those people from Jersey Shore weren't from Jersey. That's the hilarious thing about Jersey Shore. Is a vast majority, if not all of the characters on that show, because it was very scripted, but most of the characters on the show are not from New Jersey, so. Final minute in Denver here in the first half. Bo Nix trying to lead a first half scoring drive. Jesus Christ. This Jets game has sucked any and all energy out of my brain. Achan fighting. He's going to get about 8-9 yards there. They're going to give him 9. I don't know. Back in the day, I probably would have banged Snooki, that little orange bitch. He was cute enough. King, why do you just release these random-ass non-sequitur fucking statements you make? I don't know. I'm bored. My brain is fried. I'm just fucking... we're just doing things now. So this is where the random shit just comes out. Snooki, bad banger. I'd have banged it back in the day. Whatever. By the way, it's 3rd and 4 coming up here for the Dolphins. Bo Nix throws to nobody in particular. Bo Nix throws to Bo one. Tua all the time in the world to throw, and he throws that fucking 3,284 feet. Somebody who was raptured maybe last Friday could have caught that, but no receiver on the Dolphins had a chance. And that's going to be 4th down, and the Jets are going to get the ball back here. Lloyd says this game has ruined any football talk. I kind of agree. Oh, question 16 is up. I didn't even notice that. Sorry, ELS. I was too busy talking about Snooki's giant orange titties. Question 16. 4 of the first 5 picks in the 1989 draft, Troy Aikman, Barry Sanders, Derek Thomas, and Deion Sanders are in the Hall of Fame. Who was the bust? Oh, fuck. Who was? Yeah, fuck. Who was it? Who was in the 89 draft, though? Fuck. Not Jeff George. It wasn't Jeff George, was it? No. Was it? Could be. Now everyone's just adding random ass shit. Pecan in the chat says Black Bunny is Puerto Rican. Oh, God. Boy, I've never. Here's the other thing, too. I've never seen a universal backlash to whenever there's a halftime announcement, there are people who say, like, hey, I don't like this band, or hey, I'm excited. Tony Mander, I knew it was the Colts. I knew he wore a Colts uniform, but I thought it was, for some reason, I was thinking Jeff George for some reason. That was in there. Congratulations, Lloyd. I'm very happy for you. Thank you for coming out. Love is love. We're very accepting of everybody here on Stay Tuned Sports. But very rarely, like whenever you see like the halftime shows announced, there's always going to be people saying, that's dumb. I don't like that. I would have rather seen A, B, C, D, somebody else like that. But usually you'll have a lot of people say, oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, I'm excited. Everything like that. Even with Kendrick Lamar last year, not my cup of tea, but most people you saw like on social media, was fairly positive about that. I have seen nothing on social media except derision and making fun of and upset at Bad Bunny being chosen as the NFL halftime show. Nobody fucking wanted that. Nobody wanted that. And you're just seeing it, man, more and more and more and more and more and more. And I'm like, I've seen maybe, I think, 1 or 2 maybe positive posts, and they might be bots. I have no idea. I've seen maybe 1 or 2 positive posts saying, oh, bye, Bad Bunny. Ooh, Dolly. Wait, that's Pitbull anyway. And all that kind of shit. Everything else has been, I don't want that. This is bad. This is terrible. And it comes from across white, black, even our Latino brothers out there are saying, like, I'm not sure about having Bad Bunny there, man. Like, I've never seen quite the universal backlash against a Super Bowl halftime show. So I don't know what's going on there. 1st and 10 for the Jets from their 3-yard line. They lose a yard, and it's going to be 2nd and 11 from the 2. Jets. Jets. Can you think? Does anybody out there think the Jets can get a 90? What would it be? 97-yard touchdown drive here? Anybody? Does anybody think that here? Hendrickson, I did see that shaking up there in the Bengals-Broncos game. Crafty, thank you so much for reminding us of that as well. 12 seconds left. Bo Nix looks, throws. floated that ball, was almost a overthrow, caught, touchdown. Is that Cortland Sutton? It looks like he's hurt. That was a little bit of a hospital ball there from Bo Nix. Cortland Sutton hurt, and if that is a touchdown. Oof, yeah. I think that just maybe knocked the wind out of Sutton there. 3rd and 8 for the Jets. Fields looks, throws, fit it in there, and that's good for a first down at the 14-yard line. Jets keep the ball moving. Good thing we didn't switch over to the Bengals game because, boy, this has turned into a fucking blowout, even more so than this game is. 21-3, the Broncos lead over the Bengals. By the way, 9:30 remaining here in the fourth quarter and counting. Jets trailing 24-13, 11-point game. 1st and 10. They got another first down. They're now at the 31-yard line. Missed that play because I was too busy just floating around. ELS he just says, fuck it. We're going to do some non-NFL trivia. All right, I'm fine with it. Let's go. Hit me with it. I'll hit you. Get me with some geography, baby. I'll fuck everybody up in geography. I wanted geography to be in 6th grade. Justin Fields throws. Garrett Wilson was being molested. No flag. Whoa, who's that? Jason Taylor had some bitch on his lap. He was like, hey, what's up? He got her off real quick. Oh, didn't want the wife seeing her. You got caught, Jason. You got caught. Oh, he said, don't touch her lips. Oh, yeah, what's up, baby? What's up, baby girl? Is she 12? What are you doing, Jason? My God. Oh, Jason Taylor. Oh, you got caught in 4K, brother. You got caught in 4K. That's no good. Ooh. You see that? She was all over his lap. He got a false start on the Jets. Oh, God. That was the best thing of this game so far. Jason Taylor canoodling with some 18-year-old up in his box, and he was up in her box. Oh, dear sweet Lord. What's the only U.S. state that can be typed using only one row of a standard QWERTY keyboard? Well, that's going to be caught by the Jets tight end there. And there it is. There she is. Yeah. We're all acting normal. We all saw ourselves on the TV. Oh, yeah. Nope. We're fine. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Oh, 3rd and 5 upcoming for the Jets. I'm going to be honest with you. I honestly don't know. It's probably something easy, and I just don't know where. I'll say Alaska. Fields is going to escape on a 3rd and 8, but we got flags down. He gets a yard shy of the first down, but it's going to be coming back anyway. We're at 20 flags of this game. It is Alaska! Fuck yes! I am the smartest man alive. Lloyd says, boy, I'm kind of defeated about something, too. No, hey, listen, Lloyd, whatever you're going through, I don't know what it is, and you don't have to share. Obviously, not oversharing here, and that's great, and that's a good thing, too. But whatever you're going through, man, We love you. We support you, and we hope we hope you're feeling good, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Listen, we're talking about feeling defeated. You know what I mean? Like I put blood, sweat, and tears into a YouTube channel that gets no return on the effort I feel like I put into it. Doesn't get a lot of viewers. Well, I think a lot of that probably is my fault as well. Like I feel very defeated in wanting to even keep on doing this day after day. You know, you know, there are times where it feels like my partner in this channel doesn't want to be part of the channel either. It feels weird, you know. I get the feeling of feeling defeated. I get the feeling of being like, you know, the spirit kind of sucked out of you, not in a good way. Like, I get it. So whatever it is, just know that, man, you know, it's something we all go through, whether it's imposter syndrome, whether it's just the self-doubt, whether it's no matter really what it is, like it is not an uncommon feeling. Yeah, man, you'll get over it. We'll all get over it. Sometimes you just got to push through, and you know that's why you've been doing this one. Like, just think of life as this football game. It sucks, but we're pushing through to the end. That's what we got to do. And that's going to be a first down for the Dolphins from HN. It's going to be 1st and 10 now from their own 39. ELS says, question 18, M&M's Fruit Chews would eventually become what popular candy? That seems like Skittles all over. I have no idea if Skittles is the same company, but considering that Skittles just look like M&M's, it feels like that would be what that is. Hand off here to HN, and he just splits that Jets defense, and he's all the way into the Jets' 39-yard line. 1st down and 10 Dolphins. This game, I mean, if Dolphins score here, and they're already in field goal range by today's NFL. Oh, Miami cheerleaders. Hi. How are you? How are you doing on this fine Monday evening? Not bad. Starbursts. No shit. Interesting. It's a combination of stuff. Bro, I get it, brother. There's somebody in this world that understands. And I know saying somebody, like, telling somebody, like, I understand when they're already going through something is like, I get that. Oh, there's a fumble! And Miami keeps possession. The Jets can't even get a fumble. Oh, Jets, Jets. But yeah, Lloyd, I get it. Like, when somebody's telling you, like, you know, I know what you're going through. It's like when you're going through it, it's like, I don't give a shit if you know what I'm going through. I'm going through it. Go fuck yourself. I get it. I know what that means. But so even in that sense, like, I understand, which is why I don't want to push you on it. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just letting you know, man, that if you do need an ear, you got people here. And we're fucking you know, whatever you got to do, man, whatever you're going through, you'll get through the other side of it. Like, the fact that I'm even here doing this shit, man, is proof positive. No matter what you're going through, you can get through it. Because I tell you, there's about 17 different fucking ways that I should not be here broadcasting on YouTube, watching this horrendous fucking football game right now. I can tell, you know, it really is kind of minor miracles that I'm here. So the fact that I'm even going through self-doubt about doing this, the fact that I'm here doing this is also something I remind myself to be like, hey, as bad as you feel, you can still push through it. And that's what you got to look at, man. That's all you got to look at here is you'll get through this shit. You'll get through this shit, as we all do. No other choice, man. That's the other thing I realized too when going through a lot of the shit that I've been, you know, that not just myself, but obviously, millions of people go through this shit. But just from my own personal experience, the one thing I have learned is pushing through is the only way. Is because there's, giving up on shit and just like saying like, nah, I give up, I quit, like that. That only ends bad. It only puts yourself in an even worse position. And that's on anything, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's deciding if you're going to shower that day, and there's been a lot of times where I've had that struggle of, do I even want to brush my teeth? Do I even want to shower? Do I care about personal hygiene? And when you're in those moods, when you're in those pits, I have them. I have my spirals, man. It happens. But when you see all that, when you go through all that shit, you realize at the end of the day, no matter how hard it is, you just got to pushing through. And then when you get to the other side of it, it's like, I'm glad I didn't stop. I'm glad I kept I'm glad I kept the fucking legs pumping. I'm glad I kept fucking climbing or pushing through and digging through the shit. And that's what it is, and that's what you got to do, and that's what I'm trying to do even here with this. Like I said, this is not anything really real life based. Kind of is, because again, I'm broke and jobless and need a source of income. So I'm hoping that I can turn this YouTube shit into that. But when you look at it, and for a year and a half now, I've been, we've been stuck at 200 and some odd subscribers, and we get 15, 16, 10, 9, 4. If we're lucky, we get 20 views on things like that. 2nd and 10 for the Dolphins, incomplete, but there's a flag on the play. When you go when you see all that stuff and you get discouraged, you have to dig through the shit. You have to keep digging. You have to keep digging, because eventually you will come out on the other side. And even though I know that lesson, it's hard. And even though I've learned that lesson over and over and over again in life, it's still, while you're in it, it fucking sucks. But you will get there. Oh yeah, Dolly the Sheep. I remember her. Yeah, man. You'll be good. You'll be good. You'll get through it. And just, be yourself is all. And don't put. The only other thing I'll say here, and this is good, whether it's whether this is friendship or if it's like somebody else or have feelings for, like on that sense of it, or even like I said, if it's just a purely platonic friendship, man, woman, whatever. Like I said, even if it's just a friend, never don't put your happiness and don't base your happiness based on what somebody else either thinks about you, or if they acknowledge you, or if they're part of your life or anything like that, because that can lead you down some real dark places too, and real bad places too. Again, King knows. So that's just something else that I've learned in life too. Is just, you got to make sure you take care of you and be you. And one of the pieces of advice I ever got from that my mother gave me a long time ago, that was absolutely 100% correct, is you can't. You have to learn how to love yourself before anybody else will ever love you, or the world will love you, or anything like that. If that's what you're looking for, you gotta really take care of yourself. You need to take care of yourself first and foremost, above anything. So that's the key. Dolphins get the kick up, and that's good. And that's going to be 27-13 now. And I mean, this game is just about over. This game is certainly done now. 27-13, 3:33 remaining. And the Jets have done nothing in this game, and it looks like they will continue to do nothing in this game. We are at halftime in Denver, and we'll probably be done with this game before that game comes back from the third quarter. La-da-dee-da-la-da-doo. La-da-da. I'm trying not to yawn while I'm singing, but boy, it is a rough one. Apparently from NFL on CBS Twitter's account, that is at NFL on CBS, the Tyreek Hill injury, and this is from Marty Jaramillo, a sports injury analyst, formerly of ESPN and ABC, but now with CBS Sports, and 30-plus years of sports physical therapist and athletic trainer, strength and conditioning coach specialist experience. He says that the way this injury looks to him and that it's being reported to him is very similar to the severity of what Nick Chubb had a couple years ago against the when he was with the Browns. So if that's the case, that's not great. That's not great. So again, big up and big hopes there to Tyreek Hill. Although I think his days as Cheetah might be done after that. ELS has another trivia question here. Question number 20. The book Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep was made into what highly successful night? That's Blade Runner, baby. Yeah. Lloyd got it. He knows what's up. I mean, Decker was a replicant. I think we all know that now at this point. That was one of the biggest debates of film and cinema history was he? Wasn't he? That was so crazy. That was fun. Anyway, Jets got the ball here. Second down. Oh, I should probably move the possession arrow over to them. That's probably a good idea. Fields is going to run, gets over the 50-yard line and gets a first down at the 49-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Jets. Why not, ELS? We've got just a little bit. We got a 2-minute warning coming up, too, so we might have something to go here. Lloyd, as far as that goes, to the one thing that you were saying, like, I get it, but just be careful with yourself, brother. That's all I'm going to say. Like I said, I'm not saying yes or no. I'm not saying not to, or yes to, or not to, or do anything like that. I'm not saying anything like that. And please, I'll be the last person to take advice from on that front anyway. Trust me, brother. Trust me. Just be careful with yourself is all I'll say. It's just take care of yourself, take care of your own heart, take care of your own happiness. And don't let someone's yeses or nos or maybe so's or their mood swings or whatever the case is, don't let that shit fuck with you and affect your ups or downs or spirals and shit. Don't let it happen. And that could be it. And that's what I mean. So that's what at some point you need to stop and take care of yourself, brother. As far as what you're talking about there. And I'm not going to repeat this shit over here. I don't want people to see it. If they're in the chat and they can see it, that's fine. But yeah, like take care of yourself, brother. That's all. I understand exactly what you're talking about. I went through something similar. Jesus Christ, almost 15 years ago now. That was. And that nearly destroyed me. And actually did a couple times. So don't do that. Listen to your old pal King here. And by old, I mean I'm fucking old. I'm fucking ancient by all your guys' standards. But yeah. You have, I know it sounds selfish, but you gotta take care of yourself first, man. And that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, just make sure you take a breath for yourself. And, you know, and that's the thing. Things are going to cross your mind and things like that are going to happen. Just, and, you know, take a walk. Draw pictures, play a video game, go to the library, read a book, something. Like, just worry about yourself, take care of yourself, get your mind off certain things, and you'll be all right. Question 21 here. ELS hitting us with more trivia. Before He Cheats is a Billboard record by what? Jesus Christ. ELS, come on. We're not all as young as you. We remember when that shit came out. That's Carrie Underwood, baby. Waiting all day for Sunday night and for breaking hubcaps and headlights and our boyfriend's fucking pickup truck. Took a Louisville slugger to both headlights, slashed a hole in all 4 tires. Maybe next time it dig before it hurts. Maybe tap the little girl before the next girl. Next time daddy takes, I will be on me. Yeah, we're at that point of the night, ladies and gentlemen, where I'm doing bad karaoke of Carrie Underwood. I don't know. I don't know if I've seen it or not, Lloyd. If you posted in there or not, yeah, go post your shit. I love that shit. Go nuts. I'm a big, I'm an artist guy, more the logos and like commercial art shit. That's just what I do. But yeah, post your shit, man. I don't mind that. Did Bo Nix throw another pass to nobody? Bo Nix is fucking terrible, but the Broncos are still winning 21-3. That's how bad the Bengals are. What the fuck is Bo Nix doing? War and peace, ELS. I think that is. ELS has a question, number 22. Well, Prince, so Genoa and Luca are now just family estates of the Bonapartes, is the first line in what famous Leo Tolstoy book? I think that's War and Peace. A giant book that you could probably use to murder somebody. So 1st and 10, New York Jets. Fields back, looks, throws. That's going to be incomplete. No flag, no pass interference. 2nd and 10 from the Miami 23. 1:56 remaining in the game. That was War and Peace. Look at me having a brain. Still works somehow. Fields got time, looks, throws. Garrett Wilson caught it. They're going to say touchdown, Jets. The game's not over. Oh, the game's over. The game's over. But the Jets did score a touchdown. I get to use the graphics. That is a hell of a catch by fucking Garrett Wilson. The fact that it's wasted in a fucking terrible game for a terrible team like the Jets. But what a fucking catch. What an amazing catch from Wilson. Holy shit. Jets going for 2. The Jets saw overtime last night and said, listen, if we got a chance, we'll go for the 2 points here now, and then we got a chance to win the game. Fields goes, and he gets it. And so it is indeed now 21-27, a 6-point game. Question 23. In 1215, what doctrine was the first of its kind to establish a king was not above the tenets of the law? Yes. Old King John, which many consider to be the worst king in English history. Thanks a lot for fucking up my name. King John is just my name reversed. The Magna Carta. Charlemagne. Keela in the chat. Great to see you again. I might have a small amount of hope that the Jets, for the Jets, that it's not impossible. I don't know. Keela, I have seen many a New York Jets game in my day, growing up here in the New York, New Jersey metropolitan area. We'll see. And onside kick is going to be recovered by Miami. Now, the Jets do have only... Oh, wait, I've been missing timeouts here. We were so busy doing trivia and talking about everything, talking about world life problems here, that I missed all these timeouts being taken. Huh. So the Jets only have one timeout, so that is going to be the game here. Sorry, Keela. Like 5% hope. I don't know. That 5% might be that point, maybe 0.5% now, 0.05%. I'm feeling you in that one, maybe. But hey, there could be a bad exchange from 2 or the HN. There could be, the Dolphins could dolphin this in some way, shape, or form. That's Minnesota, ELS. That's easy. What state is known as the land of 10,000 lakes? Yeah, come on. Keela says, yeah. Oh, well, hey, listen. I appreciate your commitment to there's a chance for the New York Jets. I do. I appreciate it. I really do like it. I feel bad. I wish I didn't know the Jets well enough to be like, shit. It probably not, but I do appreciate the I do appreciate the effort into trying to give trust and belief to the New York Jetropolitans there. The Jets here, just so many penalties, so many mistakes, fumbles. Like, just think now, if the Jets were able to get into the end zone on that play where they fumbled on the 4-yard line, driving into the end zone. Game's a different game. This game would be a different game. Third and 7 upcoming here for the Dolphins. Just milking that time, being clock suckers here. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Jets don't have the ball. You're right, Lloyd. Sorry, I got lost in the sauce there. Again, this game has been mind-numbing most of the way. I do apologize. No, Miami has the ball. It's 3rd and 7 for Miami. Gordon's going to get another handoff here, and the Jets are going to get him back to about they're going to do forward progress. It's going to be 4th and 10 from the 45. But that is only going to be about 10 seconds left on the clock, maybe 15, 12 seconds left. So the Jets don't really have much time here. So many flags. And again, us here on Stay Tuned Sports, what we do is when it comes to the flags, we don't just do flags that are accepted or anything like that. If there's a flag thrown and they pick it up, or if there's a flag thrown and it's declined, we still count the flag because that means it's been a stop and play. It's been a whole thing. It's just so many damn flags. And I want to point out how many actual flags are thrown in the game and how annoying it is. And like I said, in this game, we've had 21 thrown flags already in this game. It's been so terrible. And that's one of the things that I really do dislike and I really do hate about some of these NFL games here. So 13 seconds left. Miami takes their second timeout. Keeler in the chat says, very mind-numbing game. I agree. Yeah, no, this has been a game. It has been a game. Of all the football games this week, this was one of them. So Miami punts the ball away. And the ball is going to land at the 1 and bounce inbounds. Down at the 2-yard line with 2 seconds left. Actually, 1-yard line from where they're marking it. So from the 1-yard line, the Jets need a 99-yard play. If the Jets pull off a 99-yard touchdown play, I don't even know I don't think there's anything I could do or say like people say, oh, if this happens, I'll run down the street with Jell-O on my body or something, like something stupid. I don't know what, it's so impossible. I got to see. Let's see what happens here. Miami has 3 people up on the line, not even on the line. They have everybody else back in prevent. Jets are going to have to do some hook and lateral shit here. And Garrett Wilson's just going to run it around here. And pitches off. Jets get it. Oh, we got a flag. They're going to say illegal forward pass. And now we got fights. And, of course, it would be fitting for this game to end with a flag. They tried. I'll give them credit. They got farther than I thought they would. Was it legal forward? I thought that was backwards, but all right. It doesn't matter because he got lit up. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The game is mercifully over. And, the other game was actually going there. Denver still has a 21-3 lead on the Broncos, and Denver has a lead on the Broncos. Denver has a 21-3 lead on the Bengals. So neither one of these games were particularly great watching or viewing experiences, but I want to thank you all for sticking with us here. And now Crafty says the ref's still throwing flags after the game was over. They just got to get flags. Flag. It's the one thing Tom Grossi gets 1,000% right with his ref character. It's just flag. Everything is flag. And it's 100%. Keela says, they sure did try. They sure did. And like I said, I'll give them a lot of credit. I give them big credit for doing that. So good for them. But still, the Dolphins, they get their first win of the year. The Jets go 0-4. And kind of what we expected maybe for the Jets. Maybe we thought they might be a little bit better. Maybe we thought this is a game that they would be able to win. But unfortunately, unable to do so between the amount of penalties and mistakes, their own mistakes, fumbles, and all of that utter nonsense there. So, with that, Miami Dolphins win 27-21, 6-point victory for them. Congratulations to Miami and all the Fins fans out there. I certainly hope that you enjoyed. I don't know how many more of those you're going to get this year, but we will see. I will hopefully be back tomorrow with the countdown of the power rankings, top 12 power rankings, plus the Booty Cheeks 5. And then Wednesday will be the flagship with hopefully Jimbo will be back by then, and we can have we'll cover his countdown, his top 12, his Booty Cheeks. We're going to cover all over Jimbo's Booty Cheeks. And also get in-depth discussions about this week in football, what's coming up next week in football, all the big stories in football, and we'll get all that going on Wednesday. So, until tomorrow, until Wednesday, my name is King. This has been Stay Tuned Sports. Thanks for sticking with us and suffering with us through this particular nightmare of an NFL Monday Night Football game. Have a great rest of your evening. Enjoy the other football game, which doesn't seem that much better right now. Broncos 21, Bengals 3, with 8 minutes left in the third quarter. It's been a blast. See you later. My name is King. This is Stay Tuned Sports. Adios.